Hey guys, welcome back to Ivy Crypto. Today I want to talk about one of the top 10 cryptocurrencies in the world today and one of my favorites, and that is Polkadot, aka DOT. Some big news coming to Polkadot in the next 7 days. This is also relevant to Kusama, but I am mostly basing this video around Polkadot news. So I think Polkadot is the big superstar of crypto summer. That is the Polkadot ecosystem. We're finally at a stage with Polkadot where parachains are launching. They are coming to Kusama very soon, which means that the Polkadot ecosystem is about to go live. DOT, Kusama, and the Polkadot based tokens, I think, are going to have a major revival. And right now trading at $23.93, down from an all-time high of about $48. This is an absolute steal. So right now, you're almost guaranteed a 2x to go to the previous all-time high, and I do think this is going to end up in the 3 figures as a minimum by the end of 2021, if not more. Potentially going to see a big spike back to all-time highs very soon. So guys, this is a very significant moment, what's happening soon for the entire Polkadot ecosystem, because this means that a token economy can finally come to life on Polkadot. Because every parachain is essentially an application or even its own blockchain on top of either Kusama or Polkadot. They have their own features and they bring their own unique innovation. This is where we start getting our decentralized finance. This is where we start getting NFTs, gaming. All these applications are going to come through on the Polkadot network. So they are launching on Kusama first, then coming to Polkadot later when parachains go live on Polkadot, of course. So I want to talk about a couple of major things that are happening with Polkadot in the next 7 days, and this is why I'm making this video today before we head into the weekend so you guys can get your trades in. So first and foremost, we obviously are going to see the Polkadot and Kusama auctions. So barely a week ago, Kusama Network made history by becoming the first fully decentralized, secure, sharded blockchain made possible by using technology developed for Polkadot. SR Labs has been conducting the external audit of this logic. Kusama has gone where no canary has gone before and deployed this code in an effort to minimize the chances of there being any nasty surprises waiting for Polkadot's deployment. The first live parachain, Shell, went online a little over 2 weeks ago and has been running very smoothly. However, as its name might suggest, Shell was but a hollow vessel that did nothing but wait to be upgraded into something rich and functional. Like a butterfly springing, this Shell parachain was upgraded to State Mine last week, Kusama's equivalent of the Polkadot State Mint, common good parachain. State Mine supports several pieces of functionality, including being a low-cost place to hold and transfer KSM, the transferable of permissioned fungible assets, and the permissionless creation, issuance, and transferable of both fungible assets and non-fungible assets. KSM may be moved freely between Kusama and StateMine using KCM protocol, and the same protocol allows for other parachains to interact with StateMine, using it as a reverse for trustlessly holding KSM and other assets in sovereign accounts. So in front of us, guys, we have a great article which discusses how will the deployment of Polkadot and Kusama auctions affect the blockchain market? What does it mean? And I had these exact same questions. So first thing that I want to tell you guys is Polkadot, how does it differ from Kusama? Well, Polkadot is a project that realizes interoperability between different blockchains. The mainnet was launched May last year, but the final stage of the launch is coming up right now. While Kusama is great for bold experimentation and early stage deployment, Polkadot is more conservative. Governance on both Polka and Kusama is designed to be decentralized and permissionless, giving a say in how the network runs to everyone who owns the native token DOT for Polkadot and KSM for Kusama. So what's this parachain auction and how will it work? So there are many projects that intend to build on Polkadot and Kusama, and each will need their own parachain slot. The individual blockchains that connect to Polkadot are called parachains. Not all blockchains can be connected freely, and you have to get a slot at an auction. During an auction, DOT or KSM holders can link their cryptocurrency to support a project they believe should receive a parachain slot. Teams can be sure of winning the auctions by conceiving a large pool of KSM holders to lend their tokens for the fixed lock-up period. The path of launching a parachain on Kusama differs from team to team, but in most cases it will happen as follows. A participant designs a parachain and builds it using Substrate. The participant tests and optimizes it locally and then repeats these procedures on a testnet like Rococo. A participant determines a slot lease auction strategy. They join an auction and bid away. The participant deploys on the acquired slot after the start of the lease period. At the end of the slot lease period, the participant renews it by joining another auction. So what happens after that? So after this, guys, there is a process that happens, and then the winning parachain is automatically onboarded at the start of the lease. The KSM amount that was bid remains locked for the duration of the lease, after which it can be unlocked. Teams can also extend their lease by winning another auction before the end of their current slot period. So there's obviously a minimum requirement of DOT that you need to stake, etc., etc. But this is going to be absolutely huge for the Polkadot ecosystem. The creator of Polkadot recently announced that he's proposing June 15th for the first Kusama parachain auction. So Polkadot and Kusama creator Gavin Wood has published a tentative schedule for the much anticipated Kusama parachain auction. So the Kusama Council has to approve the schedule, but if they approve it, we could see the first auction slot open on June 15th, and bidding can continue until June 22nd, with the winner emerging on the 22nd of June as well. And then after the first 5 weekly auctions, Wood recommended a pause to evaluate the performance of the network before commencing another batch of 5 parachain slot auctions based on the schedule. I personally really like this concept, guys, because it can be pretty lonely out there. You know, obviously, in order to create the community, Kusama has, accepted this concept of the parachain slot auction, a market-efficient way of selecting which parachains will be added to the Kusama relay chain and have their functionality become part of the Kusama network. So I really like this. I think it's going to be really good for DOT. I think it's going to be good for the price of DOT and for the price of Kusama. Moving on to some other Polkadot news, Master Ventures launches $30 million Polkadot fund. The first of its kind fund will invest in projects bidding for parachain slots on Polkadot and Canary Network Kusama. So this is really great news. Asia-based private venture capital firm Master Ventures launched a $30 million fund for crypto projects aiming for a parachain slot on Polkadot. This is really, really great news. Again, all part of this crypto mass adoption that we're all trying to get to get these prices up and get cryptocurrency adopted by the masses. And adding on to this, you've got this article here where Polkadot and Kusama skyrocket in price after attracting $30 million in pricing. So we did see the price did go up, even though we are still in somewhat of a dip and have been for quite a while based on some of the FUD that's been going on around the place. So obviously the potential demand for DOT and KSM, developers bidding for parachain slots on Polkadot, would need to use the project's native assets DOT and KSM respectively. So this is where I think we are going to see a rise in the Polkadot and Kusama price, because they need the currency as part of this bidding process. So if the Polkadot ecosystem succeeds, it would mean an always increasing amount of DOT and KSM tokens locked for the duration of the parachain slot, and as a result, their total supply and circulation would deplete. That may somewhat explain why traders have suddenly turned bullish on DOT and KSM. Now, personally, I am not a trader, and this is not financial advice. I prefer to hold cryptos I have short-term holds, medium, and long-term holds. I have been a holder of DOT for quite some time now. I don't plan on selling my DOT until it's in the 3 figures, and even then I'll only sell a portion, take some profits, and then leave the rest in there. So after the parachain launch, 40% of DOT could be bonded in parachains, hence reducing effective circulation supply to only 15%. So like I said, guys, this is a really great entry point for DOT if you do believe that the price will go up. In other news, banking app Current picks Polkadot for its DeFi debut. The banking app with 3 million users will serve as a Polkadot validator as it plans deeper crypto moves. Fintech Current is gearing up for a crypto crossover on Polkadot. The financial services app said Tuesday it will integrate Akala, a network-based decentralized finance platform, into its core banking product. The first step towards introducing in-app DeFi tools for current 3 million users, Chief Technology Officer Trevor Marshall said in an interview. So again, I always talk about in my videos, mass adoption. This is absolutely wonderful news for Polkadot and great news for the masses in terms of seeing a cryptocurrency project integrated into traditional finance. Moving on to another one, so Deeper Network partners with Cointelegraph to deep dive into the Polkadot ecosystem. The Polkadot ecosystem has the potential to become the foundation of a whole new crypto infrastructure. Deeper Network is part of the study to determine just how groundbreaking this blockchain is. Deeper Network, the decentralized web infrastructure for more secure, private and fair internet, are proud to announce their partnership with Cointelegraph Research. Together they will be compiling a report on the Polkadot ecosystem. The report will examine how Polkadot compares to Ethereum 2.0, the use cases that underlie DOT's value, and highlight some of the projects building dApps in the ecosystem. So I think this is great news as well, because Deeper Network is going to really delve into, deeply, pun intended, into the Polkadot ecosystem. I look forward to reading what they have to say about it, and I do think that this is going to come with more bullish news, and positive things coming out of this will cause DOT to go even more bullish. And last but not least, a Polkadot ETP hits the Swedish stock market. The Main Street market has a new way of buying and selling crypto outside Polkadot via an exchange-traded product. The mainstream finance world has taken notable strides to incorporate various crypto assets. A new exchange-traded product for Polkadot recently surfaced on a mainstream exchange in Sweden. The Nordic growth market is an equities market based in Sweden, holding regulatory approval in the country and serves participants from multiple countries. The NGM now hosts buying and selling for DOT ETP, officially labeled as the Valor Polkadot SEK, according to a public statement provided to Cointelegraph. The ETP is a product of Valor, a company that produces digital asset-based ETPs. The product went live on the exchange on Monday under a company Valor's parent company DeFi Technology. This is a particularly exciting time for the Polkadot protocol and the upcoming launch of its parachain functionality, providing increased scalability and finalizing its core build. They also wanted to say the launch of Valor.SEK is a direct response to increased demand from both retail and institutional investors for access to further innovate blockchain protocols via our ETPs. Over the years, mainstream entities have paved more traditional roadways for cryptocurrency exposure, such as the Chicago Mercantile Exchange Bitcoin and Ethereum futures, Grayscale's crypto-based products, and Canadian Bitcoin exchange-traded funds. So again, guys, more positive news, more mainstream adoption, more ways for people to buy these cryptocurrencies. I'm super bullish on DOT. I think it is going to quickly rise into the top 10, currently sitting in the top 5 it's going to rise. I do see this being a top 5 crypto project probably by the end of 2021, if not in the next 12 months. My prediction for 2021 for DOT is $100 as a minimum. That's 100 USD, and I do see potentially a $200 to $300 DOT in the next 12 to 24 months if they can achieve the things that they think. Let me know your comments and the thoughts, guys. Give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for 600 subscribers. I really, really appreciate it. And as always, watch this space.